G'day, Josh Giumelli from Kondinin Group here, and thanks to Hare and Forbes, we've got another workshop tip for you today. We're going to talk about removing bearings, or more specifically, removing internal bearings. So this is a kit from Machinery House, pretty good actually, I quite like it. Lots of options. See all these puller legs. The difference between this puller kit is that it's operated using a slide hammer, and the kit is actually for gripping things internally. So you'll often end up in a situation, see this outer race of a bearing in a bore, where you need to pull that out, even like a trailer wheel hub or something like that, or a gearbox, and you've got no real way of grasping this except using one of these. So these legs attach to this cross arm, and tightening that up makes the legs come out, and normally that would go in there. The thing is, you need a little bit of real estate to be able to grip the back of that bearing. And you tighten that up, and then with that tight, we're then just attaching the slide hammer onto here. And a couple of good bangs should pull that out. Now, there are occasions, of course, where this doesn't work. Quite often you'll end up with a bearing like this pressed quite up hard against the shoulder with no way to really get to the outside of that bearing. And so we might run through a couple of tips a bit later on in terms of how to actually do that. Here's a little tool that I made up to fit the slide hammer. That's just your normal concrete anchor bolt. And I've just made up an adapter there to fit onto the end of the slide hammer. And if you've got a small bush or a small bearing, an internal bore, you can actually attach this to the slide hammer. And then you tighten that up in there, and that will actually drive that out and grip the internal bore of a bush or a bearing. So look, just a cheap little attachment. You can buy a whole range of different sizes of these concrete anchor bolts, and they work pretty well. Thanks for watching.